the town of Outfield rode a stranger one fine day. Hardly spoke to folks around him, didn't have too much to say. No one dared to ask his business, no.
How's it hanging, dudes? My name is Sean, and welcome back to another Red Dead Redemption 2 speculation video. And I know you guys are getting sick and tired of it, but I'm not. This is my channel, so we're going to dive right into it again, boys. You know what I'm saying? It's just, what can I say? What can I say? It's Red Dead Redemption 2, and I'm just, like, super excited. So, Arthur Morgan, let's talk about him for a second. Now, I originally had this idea that Arthur Morgan might be the Pinkerton spy, right? Now there's a couple things to that. It is speculation. I want to say that first. But if this speculation does turn out to be true, click off the video. I would click off the video now just in case it ends up being spoilers. If you don't want to be spoiled and this prediction happens to be true, it's your fault if you watch the full video. Okay, I'm letting you know now. But I was mulling it around and I decided to do just like a simple search, right? And I came up, of course, to Reddit, and there's a guy on there named Brett Balmer 13. So technically, since I'm reading his detailed speculation, I want to give credit to him. So yeah, this is also 10 months ago, so there's been a lot more other things that's, you know, come through with this. But without further ado, let's go ahead and just jump right into it. So again, this was like the first or so second trailer. After the latest trailer dropped, many people pointed out that a former leak accurately predicted the name of Arthur. That leak also gave us some story details, such as, if I remember correctly, the story kind of starts when you find out someone in your outlaw gang is a Pinkerton spy. The Pinkertons end up having you on the run through most of the game. For those of you who don't know, the Pinkerton Detective Agency was a massive private detective agency involved with many incidents in the late 1800s. In fact, during the 1800s, in which RDR2 looks to be set, the Pinkertons actually had more agents than the entire standing US Army. They were hired to violently put down worker strikes, protect politicians as a private security force, and hunt down outlaw gangs in the West who robbed trains, most famously the Reno Gang, or, you know, Jesse James. Considering the fact that Dutch's gang seems to be based off of Jesse James, it makes sense that the Pinkertons would be involved. The Pinkertons would often infiltrate gangs and other organizations in order to gather intel. The most famous case of this was James McParland, an agent who infiltrated the Molly Maguires, a violent radical gang who fought against corporations not unlike Dutch, right? McParland was with them undercover for 2.5 years. I think Arthur will turn out to be the spy in Dutch's gang, being based slightly off of McParland, if you use that as a clue or a detail. It would explain why he was never mentioned as being a target for the BOI, and also allow the player to still be the good guy. As the story progresses, I think Dutch will become more paranoid and insane while he tries to figure out who the spy is, which John says in the first game. He may even suspect John of being the spy, further contextualizing why he left him for dead. I also think Arthur will start to bond with certain members of the gang, making his assignments even harder. It might even be John he bonds with, leading to his dialogues in the first trailer. Listen to me, when the time comes, you gotta run. Don't look back. This is over. This is all just speculation, but I think it opens up some exciting story possibilities. It does make a lot of sense. It does definitely connect into Red Dead Redemption. There's definitely a lot of overlap there. It also would set it up to where Arthur Morgan, there's a big twist at the end, which, you know, Rockstar is known for doing with their games. Once you get to the end, if you've never played the previous game or don't remember how all that goes, you might play through the entire game going, oh wow, you know, because you might be playing the game and go, I'm actually trying to help Dutch find out who this spy is, and then it comes out that you're actually the spy, right? Okay, so that's kind of a cool story twist. Brett Balmer 13 also goes on to say, so I've been mulling it over and I've come up with some other reasons I think my prediction might work. Number 1. In RDR, John tells Edgar Ross the reason Dutch went insane was because of people like him. Well, let's mull that over. Who are people like Edgar Ross? Clandestine, far-reaching agents with questionable morals who break the law in order to enforce it? Sounds like the Pinkertons to me. In RDR, we learn that the event which causes John to leave the gang is the raid on the ferry where he gets shot. We are never given any real details on why exactly the job went so wrong, so all we have is speculation. While researching the Pinkertons, I learned that their undercover operatives would often lead gangs into jobs, air quotes, that were actually ambushes by other Pinkerton agents. Perhaps the ferry raid was actually set up by the Pinkertons, and Dutch just walked right into it. And instead of giving up, Dutch went crazy and shot a bunch of civilians like Heidi McCourt. This led to John getting shot and left behind to die. The double agent angle, which is a very Sleeping Dogs-esque type of thing, could present the player with some interesting moral choices in order to maintain their cover. Dutch and Arthur have similar sounding Louisiana accents. I only say this because James McParland, the example I listed above, was Irish, which helped him infiltrate the Molly Maguires, a mostly Irish group. It's possible that Arthur and Dutch grew up in the same area, knew each other since they were younger, making Arthur an ideal infiltrator, and would also explain why he is his best friend, which also makes him the best spy for the job. I guess to sum up this video, it's not guaranteed that Arthur is going to be the Pinkerton spy. It's just guaranteed that somebody in the gang is the Pinkerton spy. With a lot of new characters being brought in, definitely the focus is shifting away from Arthur and onto these other characters. And throughout the game, I'm assuming that you'll be eliminating each person from the group who is and who isn't, helping Dutch single out the person who is the spy, and it'll narrow down to probably you as Arthur, John, maybe even Dutch himself as the last 3 people or something like that. That'd be really cool, right? But I guess to sum this up, let's just go ahead and look at some of the actual photos of the real Pinkerton. I guess I'd say the Pinkerton gang, even though they are a detective agency. So the Pinkerton's National Detective Agency. We never sleep. This is a heightened photo. This is not the actual one. They're not their actual sigil. So just move on from that. Right here, Pinkerton guards escort strike breakers in Butchtail, Ohio, 1884. So if you don't know about the Pinkertons, they came up around 1850. That's when they was established. And once they was established, they hunted down people like Jesse James and other gangs like that. And they also acted as a military. A lot of the times they would squash revolts, stuff like that. And a lot of times they would aid people in revolts too. Not revolts, but picketing and stuff like that, assembling peaceful assembles, as long as it was peaceful. So they did bend the rules a lot, but they also protected the masses, especially in the West. And you can actually see this. It is a very nice artist drawing here from a very old photo. And right here's really nice. Harper's Weekly, Journal of Civilization. So as you can see here, you can just see that something's happened here, and the Pinkerton gang is going to investigate, and they've had a shootout of some sort. The Pinkerton men leaving a barge after their surrender during the Homestead Strike. So there obviously was a large skirmish here. Let's go ahead and look at the Homestead Strike. The Homestead Strike, also known as the Homestead Steel Strike, the Pinkerton Rebellion, or Homestead Massacre, was an industrial lockout and strike which began in 1892, culminating in a battle between strikers and private security agents in July 16th, 1892. So that's an obvious so this is, you can kind of see how the Pinkertons, they're almost like an army. So that's the reason why they're going to be so numerous in the game. I would imagine that's going to be the primary people you're going to be fighting off, I would think, especially since that's at the height of their power, 1850 through the 1890s. They were pretty much their own freaking mercenary group. So that's going to be a nice dynamic to the actual to the game overall. But anyways, I want to know your thoughts down below. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, because I didn't ask you that from in the beginning, and you know, whatever. I really appreciate it. Sometimes, like, I still have what, 100, 200 dedicated viewers, and if you guys watch all the way to the end, please drop a like. It really means the world to me. Don't forget, I'm in the comment section after every single video, so go ahead and type down there, you know, type, and let me know what you think, and I'll get back with you. Don't forget, I'll see you guys in the next see, I done screwed it up again. Guys. I'll see you guys in the next one, and I appreciate you guys like always.
To the town of Outfield rode a stranger one fine day. Hardly spoke to folks around him, didn't have too much to say. No one dared to ask his business, no one dared to make a slip. The stranger there among